All right, let's go through all of the main talking points from the 5 games that we've had since Thursday night. So we'll go back from the last one all the way through to that Sharks clash there. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a decent weekend so far and your scores are going okay. I'm still reeling from my 50-50 decision to go for Adam Doueihi instead of Dylan Edwards. And yes, that's the second trade I'm making this week. I was like, I think Doueihi at 13, playing big minutes, goal kicking, just seems like a very, very safe bet. And the Edwards one was a tough watch, basically going for his best ever game. And of course, I played the old hedge. I did buy him in Supercoach and captain him for a crazy score. But it was tough viewing when he was on like a very easy 30 in 30 minutes, and then it just kept rising from there. But speaking of guys that are absolutely dominant at the moment, it's Jahrome Hughes. Averaging 49 for the season shows how slow the start of the year was. 68 in this one, and the vast majority of the kick meters, 572 compared to 61 for Munster. Now that's the part that's a little bit worrying for me as a non-owner, that the kick meters are very, very high, and he's running the footy again. Had that line break in there. Lovely kick for Xavier Coates as well. And when he's running the footy, he's going to get tackle breaks, he's going to score tries, he's going to have line breaks and do great things. So that's the frustrating part. And I still think he's a clear buy now. Even at this price, he's back to last season's form. The last sort of 5-6 weeks have shown that. There's no inconsistency anymore. He has the base and he's running the footy. Well, we know he can do that. He's going to be a mid to high 50s guy. And he should rival Isaiah Katoa for the back end of this season now. And it did take a while for him to jump into it. And for those that did get into it, well done to you guys. I went down a different route, and I wish that I hadn't. Speaking of guys who are doing really well at the moment, it's Trent Loiero, 61 for him. Not someone I think we should have a look at, but dual position, averaging 51 for the year. He's definitely taken a step up since, second year moving into this 13 role. Turbo, this was my happy one of this game. 60 for him. That early try assist was great, but it's the defensive stats that are the best part at the moment. The 24 tackles, 1 miss. He was very similar last week. I think 28 for 1. 6 tackle breaks in this one, 171 meters. He does seem to, they usually have someone come out of the line a little bit, and he can get away from that first guy pretty easily, and then the rest of the guys come to slow him down, which is obviously a clear tactic, but it does help us if he can get away from that first one, and we know he's good enough to do that. Personally, I'm really liking him at centre. For fantasy, I think it's worked out really well. He's playing that sweeping play on the left as well, and gives him opportunity to score it or set up really on that left-hand side. But really, I just like the stats he's going to get. He's going to get the similar run meters. He's going to have attacking opportunity down that side, which you saw with the try assist. And he gets the defensive base stats as well. So I really like it. It's not often he's getting to that top speed as well. So hopefully, apart from shoulders and pecs and these things like that, he should be able to hopefully stay injury-free. It looks like he'll stay there for a little bit longer. So that price point, really, really good. For those that did say to me, can I go Garrick to Turbo this week to bank some cash? I said no. It just felt like a pretty gross type of move when trades are just so slim. If it was earlier on in the year and you're like, Tommy's probably going to average that little bit more maybe, then you could, but it does feel tough, and you obviously wouldn't have felt great last night, so I am sorry for that, for the couple that did ask me that question. But yeah, it's just hard to go for these types of moves at the moment in this part of the season, when we know Garrick, like 35 last night, wasn't his best game, but didn't get too many opportunities apart from the one try. He was averaging 50 just before this as well, so very similar to what Turbo was. Harry Grant, 64 tackles. The Manly boy said it was a clear ploy to run it at Grant all night, and he almost had that try as well that was taken back from the Nelson swing and elbow for Simpkin there. Xavier Coates, a 58 from him with a triple. Blory, 52. Munster, 49. So both those guys just solid on that left-hand side, and Munster just really tackling all night. They worked at Munster and they worked at Harry Grant, basically, which, it ended up working for Manly in this one. They were able to get the win, so congrats to them. A great completion rate and a good game. So some people are still holding on to Munster, which is fair enough. Eli Katoa, 45 for him. Just a slower game, no attacking stats. 38 tackles for 0 misses was great. The run meters, 101, just a tiny bit down. No offloads, just a 1 tackle break. So a low score for him, his floor type of game, after some really, really big numbers there. So good one for me on that. But yeah, just a floor, like a 45 is fine. Garrick with the line break try. Just the one tackle break on that. And yeah, a few errors, a few missed tackles across this game. 35, not the end of the world, with him priced, at about just under I think it's about a 44 for him. So not too far off. And some people will look to still sell him. My question there is Nwangani Tawaze and Garrick, how that one's going to play out. And Nawa with the more expensive price seems like the biggest sell, but with injuries to Colo and these types of guys there, it does make it hard to actually push to sell any of your green dot players, the guys that are there every week. Reed Barney, 60 and 64. What about that one? Moses Sully, a big game for him. Stephen Crichton, a good one there with a couple of goals and the 2 try assists as well. I love how they have Burton kicking that left touchline one. It's interesting. Sura Solawan, Lockie Galvin, just a big shout out to him for being able to slot that one over, over to the left wing there for the youngster to go over and score. That was a really, really big moment in Lockie Galvin's career. And for him to handle that pressure, I think was very, very impressive. He actually assessed the moment rather than going bull at a gate, and he saw what the defense was doing. You could actually see him look ahead, survey, and then go bang. That's the correct play in this one, and it worked a treat. So the Dogs really needed that. This was they do need to sneak away with some wins and just stay at the top of the ladder, but they do need to sort out how to play properly again, because they're definitely not the same team that we saw at the beginning of the year. Now, there's a few guys at this cheap price, Galvin, Humphreys, that can all be options for you. At, $4.50, it's going to be a little bit higher for both of those guys in a sec, especially Humphreys. But, it definitely feels like Humphreys is more the play, given, Latrell Mitchell being injured. But, Galvin's going to work out just fine as well. Clemmer, really good effort from him in this one. You had Gutho, a better score on that one. Damien Cook, 3 points up overnight, picked up a try saver to go along with the 37 tackles. The 59 minutes, it's about what we're expecting at the moment, and these scores between that 38 and 45 is probably where he's going to be at. So a really solid score there. In the end, with those minutes, he played in the 80s, going near 60. So a good one for owners there. Scoring pretty well where he's priced at. So definitely no complaints on that one. One where you can complain is Jacob Preston, 41 for him, 35 tackles, 1 miss, just the 80 metres. We have seen that since his return, the metres gained. They've been hitting him less, and the attacking opportunities are few and far between. We had that one, the flick back to him for that try last game for his 56, but he had the 29 before that. So this has been a really frustrating watch. There will be a time where it will turn around. We've seen that with a lot of players this year. Nicker and Hughesy and all these types of guys there that have that class, and Preston has that. So it will turn around, but you definitely can sit there and be frustrated about that one. But now that he's going to be down at 670 and priced at 50, we know he's been a high 50s guy, and hopefully it's just a little bit of a blip, and then you get him, and people will still try and buy. So make sure you do hold on to him on that one. King Tongia, 33, just holding price for us basically, which is helpful for anyone looking to sell or has sold. Then he didn't hurt you. And then Burton, 29 in this one, was a bit of a low one. 64 metres run himself. We know we need that number to be up. And with Crichton back to goal kicking, that's the tough part there. So, yes, very, very interesting setup, this one, Burton, when you've got other guys in the position that are 130, 150k cheaper now in Humph and in Galvin. The decision becomes very, very difficult as if you hold him or not. But again, it is a green dot, a guy that is playing each and every week, which makes it very, very tough. Raiders and the Eels. So for the Raiders side of things, Seb Chris came out and absolutely dominated this one with 5 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, turnover tackles, try assists. Really, really impressive effort from him. 70 to top score. And if anyone who did jump on as the cash down, and very similar to Matt Timoko there with a 50, all at really nice price points, a 503k for Timoko and a 395 for Seb Chris. If you jumped on a few weeks ago, maybe 18, could have been around 18, or this week, then it's bad fruit. Speaking of bad fruit, Hudson Young, 62 is his average for the year, and a 69 in this game, so very, very impressive, and stamps himself now back from that injury, the osteopubis or whatever it is. He's back in a big way, and had four offloads, 47 in base, just great effort there without a try. These are the type of games you hope and want from guys like Hudson, and he will be one of the premier guys. And now that you've got Colo out, you may have a bit more cash to splash. then Hudson could be a guy that you do target and spend that money because he's been awesome and he is a focal point. That's the big thing. Now, Hosking is kind of getting the Preston treatment, I think, with the meters gain, which I expected with Hudson Young back. But for him to go 67 in this one and 3 really good scores in a row, this is one of my luckier holds of the season. It was kind of like, we know that he can come good. Let's just hope and pray that he does. And that's exactly what's happened the last 3 weeks. He's really rewarded those who have held on and kept the faith. So very, very happy with Zachy Boy for 67 with that try early, and then just got him through with the odd base, the base stats, and worked so hard and got a little bit of a rest there for 68 minutes, came back on, went back onto the edge there. So the edge into middle rotation looks good on him. And yeah, Simi Sasangi scored on that right edge as well. So that was the place to be in this game. Fogarty 60, really, really nice score. Just one of those guys you can hold all year. He's priced at 50, a beautiful 60 for him in this one. He's actually like half a target for anyone looking for someone in the premium range. He's a nice price. But again, you've got Humphreys and these kind of guys that can go for a little bit cheaper for what you can provide there, what they can provide. Thought Strange was really good. Lomax did a job, tried his best as always, 4 errors, but usually it's him either going over the sideline or tapping one back or whatever else. Horse was 57 in 43. Shout out to you. Hopgood back to some decent minutes in this one for a 50. That was interesting to see. He potentially becomes an option, but we'll see how that one plays out. This Tarpane situation, I think for Raiders games, I just can't watch, to be honest. I want to watch for Hosking, but it's just a very, very tough watch when you're like trying to enjoy that part of the game when Hosking's going well and Tarpane's just off the field. The 22 and 26 minutes to kick this one off was not nice, knowing that there was a chance that he was going to play 30 odd. Thankfully, he got back on, ended up 47 minutes and had that awesome run there. That double tackle break, line break run there was awesome. For him to go 47 minutes for 198 meters, and there was heaps of sets there where he actually didn't take a hit up. So you can just tell he makes sort of 10 to 15, 16 on most carries. He's sitting there, I think he's like 16 carries for 198 or 17 carries or something. So a lot of those runs he goes big, which is great and exactly what you want. One offload early. I thought we were on. He was 11 in 6 minutes. The try came, and then I think the last 10 minutes when he was on, it was all tries. So when him and Hosking, I was like, damn. But when he's priced at 50, the 48 there is not so bad. He's going to lose some more cash, but he's going to be priced like 47, 48 soon. And it's like, well, he's basically giving us that in output. So it's a frustrating watch, but he's getting cheap enough. It's not like he's 750 like he was. So it's not as bad of a hold as we may have thought. Okay, Weeks 39, same with Starling. And then Yongi 35. So all guys you can muck around with as sells in your side. People bought Weeks. I think, he's the guy that has the upside, whereas Starling and Yongi in this type of team, it'll just be okay. And good price points to move on from. How many can I get through? Oh God, I've got to get to work in a sec. All right, Panthers and the Bunnies. Just wanted to talk about Edwards. Just an incredible effort from him. 305 run meters in the end. And there was a few sets at the start. He didn't get many runs. To then finish off with that is just freakish. 2 line breaks, 2 tries, 5 goals. As a non-owner, I'm very much hoping that Cleary gets the goal kicking back next week. And I think he's still potentially a buy. They have 2 really nice matchups, so that'll be really, really fun. I think we'll go through the other 2 games after, guys, because I've got to head off in a sec. Garner there, 70. Sorensen. Aiken 56 in the centres I thought was very, very impressive. Still likely a sell if he stays in that role, but you have plenty of runs there for offloads, which is good. Arrow in there, 56. You had Humphreys, just the 1 goal, but 45 tackles, 365 kick meters. So that was impressive. But he does have White next to him taking some kicks, so it won't be as good as what it once was at the start of the season. But we know that he's going to work hard. And if he can get that base, even without the attacking stats there, he's still picked up a 53. He'll goal kick as well. So it's great news for Humphreys. And he'll be 470 or something like that because he's had a few good games in a row. But just a really, really nice price point. If you need a mid-range that's a bit safer, like I could look at King Tongia to Humphreys for a massive upgrade. So for only 100k or whatever it's going to be, which is very impressive. The hard thing's going to be fitting all these guys in, right? Hopefully AD goes well today as well. Jenkins 51 there. You've got Johnson. That's fullback. He's very, very quick, isn't he? I feel like he shows it more at fullback. Colin Matangi, at least 4 weeks out, unfortunately, with his ankle injury, so we'll have to sell. It's been fun, Colo. Not as great the last few weeks, but yeah, we always have a fun ride with you, apparently, with really, really good games and then some low ones in there. But yeah, well done to you this year, mate. Rest up, come back good next year. I don't think there's any real need to bring him back if he's ready for one game or something. Duncan's 39 in this one. I think if he's named in centre next week, you definitely sell. Some people sold this week, but if you held on, the 39's fine. You play that. You know, I'm taking Watson's 42, and yeah, you just move on with those types of scores in these weeks when you've got Clearys or Yos or whoever else is out. And then To'o went off early with that knee knock that he copped there, and hopefully he's okay. We haven't got any news on that one as yet, but yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. I've got to run just before that last game. We'll go through that with Nikki this afternoon or this evening, and we'll go from there. So thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Hope that helped.